see if it's working as it should. Still delayed by 10 seconds. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be the main microphone. Should be running. Yeah, it works. Excellent. Right. See if the scenes. Okay, if you just tuned in, I'm just setting up the experiment. I'm going to be right off. Try to go to my channel again and restart, because I'm going to restart the show just to see if the streaming is working perfectly. I am now using a different piece of software than I used before, so hopefully that'll work. I'll just stay tuned. Okay, we're live. Okay, it started a little bit later than I was supposed to do. I was experimenting with new software because it was obvious that we couldn't stream with just using a Windows camera on the desktop and switch between all of those things and software and stuff like that. It would be kind of ridiculous. So I decided to use different software instead, and I've been messing around with that now the last 2 hours. Or the last 3 hours, in fact. And I haven't announced this live channel yet, so if you're tuning in, it's because you're on my friends list, and you're more than welcome to come and test along with me. Because this is basically what it is right now. Before we actually go live at all, before I've even planned some live schedules, this is basically just testing. Of course, I will be doing this every day. The expectations won't be high, because it will just, instead of just making 100 videos, or just 2 videos a year in my case, I'm going to stream as often as I can. I've been working on setting up this studio now, so it's live. There's lots of monitors here now. I didn't have that before, and I've gotten rid of the echo. I'm using different software. I'm probably going to add more webcams, because it would help the live software I've gotten right now. The live software I'm running is an open source broadcast studio, open source broadcast studio, I think, and it works just brilliant. It hasn't crashed on me yet. Knock on wood. But yet it hasn't crashed, and it seems to be working just fine. As you can see down in the image is reversed, so I have to point over here. So you can see there's the running logo now. I just quickly made that. It took like 20 minutes or something like that in Blender. And see if I can mask it into the video, because this is a really beautiful piece of software that was easy to use here. The broadcasting, I have it looks really brilliant. There's a couple of screens extra showing me the input and the output and the transitions and stuff. So it's possible to video edit on the fly as I am streaming. I'm pretty excited about that, because I've never seen anything like that. So it both looks good and works pretty well as well. Microphone and stuff should be working. And I can see there's only one person watching. That's probably myself. So I'm just gonna, blabber and rant on, because technically this is going to be recorded anyway. So when I stop streaming, this is going to be a recording that you can watch later on YouTube. So if you missed something, that stuff we're doing, if you're just joining or whatever, you will be able to click on the channel and it will be recorded, as far as I know. Right now, this is a test transmission, really. I've finally gotten the software up and running, and it seems to be working just brilliantly. It runs live, the logo runs live. I can do transitions. For example, if I go here, I can switch to a different scene, like this. And it should look, you should see a, oh, yeah, that direction. Camera down there instead. And I can present software and stuff that I'm doing on my desktop here. Oh yeah, I was moving around the wrong desktop. This desktop. I have many screens open right now. So a lot of video games there, as you probably can see. And yep, it is running live, and this just happened to be the electronics forum, what I happen to be a moderator of. I usually hang out there because it's a cool forum. People talk about all kinds of weird stuff. Even stuff like a nuclear missile. Okay, that's kind of creepy. What is that? That is creepy. I gotta check that out to see what that is. Can I hear that? I can't even hear that. I wonder if you guys can hear it. I think media source. Maybe if I press this. No. All right. We have a couple of things to work on there, I think. Could be this.
Ago, in fact,
there you go.
I told this to just my family, and now you guys.
That'll look creepy.
You know, growing up was tough. I mean,
let's see what he got. He's working on. Oh yeah, he's recovering a nuclear missile silo, missile silo. You can buy those in America. I was kind of surprised by that. You can actually buy those silos in America. I think they cost like $250,000. Those really nice ones cost $1.5 million. I think I watched this earlier. This guy is kind of weird because you know he's building this stuff. But yeah, that's stuff one can watch and do here on the show. I'm capable of doing this now because it's live. So this software is working a whole lot better than I did before. Let's turn that off. There we go. Oops. I need how to figure out. I'll just switch between these two. Maybe I need to make a setup for that. All right. Right. Different setup. Oh, sweet. Cool. Wow, this is kind of cool. Yeah, there was an echo. Sorry about that, Peter. That's probably because I have a third screen. I'm setting stuff up. This is the live. I have a live studio here right in front of me that is broadcasting this stuff. Can you guys hear double now, or is it the echo should be gone because I have VU meters here bouncing up and down in front of me, and it tells me it's just one single audio source right now. It's like there's a whole mixer studio in front of me right now. So right now there should be only one sound source, I think. Anyway, I hope so. It doesn't run live anymore on my my output there. Let's see if something wrong with my streaming. See if I can refresh that. Nope, the streaming works just fine. All right. Yeah, you see, of course you do. You see only one screen because I should be able to switch between these. Okay, scene one. See if this works. Oh yeah, you see only one stream. That's odd. It should be switching now. Let's see if this switches. Yeah, it's going to take a little while because I'm setting up this stuff. It should be switching, but it did not switch. Interesting. Okay. Let's say if I go to this and press this, does this work, I wonder? Because it works on my screen. Oh yeah, there you go. Finally working as it should. Alright, good. Alrighty. Right, now it's working. Yeah, I have a third screen also where I can see this, but I have to like wait 5 to 10 seconds in order to see what you guys are actually seeing. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's go to this third scene. It's like this. Okay, it's a little bit delayed. There's a black screen there. Right. I was just watching a thread. I'm pressing. I was just watching a thread here on the electronics forum about this guy who was building, well, repairing missile silos that he was building and buying. So that was kind of creepy, I thought. So yeah. I was just watching that. Let's see if I can do this with sources this time instead of just being in that weird mode that didn't work to begin with. I'm gonna switch this and show this guy. He was building this creepy silo. Renovating this creepy silo anyway. Yeah, I thought that was kind of creepy. Let's see if I can add sound here now. I can probably do that. Right. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to figure out these transition systems because I've obviously turned on microphone in the Windows system as well. So I gotta figure that out. Okay, Matthew, you are from Holland. Well, okay. That's a good question. What have I been doing? Well, I have been working, trying to get my new job. It's been kind of difficult. I didn't get it, unfortunately. I went through a 30 hours test of the company, where I had to go through quite rigorous testing. It has something to do with design of furniture and stuff like that, and I just didn't meet their requirements when it comes to lighting setup. You know, you have to be really good at setting up lights correctly and stuff like that. I think I showed you something like that on yesterday's test video, so you should be able to see that there. Right. Well, the daily vlogs were difficult for me because it still required quite a lot of editing and fiddling around. This is way better because this is live, and it is way better, at least for me, to do this live because and I don't have to really make a show or anything like that. I'm basically, in the future, I'm just going to be here in this laboratory doing whatever I do daily, because I do stuff daily. I do fix things, I do work with robotics, I do mess around with electronics and stuff like that. So I do that, and it's better to do that just here live, where I can talk to you guys live, and I can just do whatever I do in my home, because a lot of you people have been asking, where are your videos, you know. When I go to work, I don't have time to sit 9 hours and edit videos and stuff like that. I don't have that time. But when I come home after work, I usually do sit here and fiddle around with electronics. And that's what I intend to do in the future as well. But I want to make it simple. I want to be able to just press a button, just like I do now, and be able to do some live show without messing too much around with video editing and stuff like that. Because this sort of kills the whole entire mood when I have to take takes over and over again, find out if the microphone is working, etc., etc. It's really boring to me to do that. So this is much better. This was definitely worth investment. It's really working as it should right now. And the open source software called Open Broadcasting System, it's only version 0.16, but it seems to be working quite brilliantly. I'm quite impressed how easy that was to set up. And because it is so easy to set up, I'm definitely going to buy a couple of extra cameras, web cameras, because this beautiful thing can actually control a whole truckload of cameras. It has all kinds of scene selections. Just when I move over to that other scene, I can go directly to a menu here, and you can see my browser and whatever I want to show you guys. I really had to get in the habit of clicking into 3 different windows, because I'm clicking on the studio window where I can actually see the preview, and that's kind of silly. So yeah, it is quite brilliant to be able to use this system instead. So much easier. I'm really excited to see if it's going to work with the the Vive setup, because yesterday we just used NVIDIA Shadow Play instead. But the thing that really put me off with NVIDIA Shadow Play is that it advertises for itself instead of advertising for what I want to advertise for, the show and explanations. So what it does, it just writes NVIDIA Live and what kind of specifications I have, and I can't override that. And I've been Googling around, and there's tons of people who have been complaining about this, and they're promising to fix that in the future, stuff like that, and I haven't got time to wait for that. have an easy way with this the software. I gotta, you know, be able to do whatever I like here without being inhibited by all kinds of advertisement I don't really want into the show. That's why I don't have advertising in the show in the first place, because I'm kind of annoyed by that. You know, you have to be forced to click on an ad for 20 minutes or 30 seconds. Not 20 minutes. Yeah, I meant 20 seconds. But, you know, 30 seconds, I would hate that. So I'm not going to force that upon you guys, because I hate that myself. So there's kind of double moral to do that. Maybe if I get like 100,000 viewers, I could actually make a living of this instead of having to go to a job that I may or may not like, and do this instead, because this will be tons more fun. I can open stuff up, review stuff, repair stuff live, do stuff and request and stuff like that. It's a lot more fun for me to do, actually. Yeah. When I'm looking in this direction is because I'm watching your comments. And right now, Matthew is saying, did WinX hijack your profile again? God knows. Right. Alright. We have 5 viewers right now. And hi, if you just tuned in, welcome to Electronic Show Live. This is basically not going to be the same show as it is when it is a show that's produced like it did before. This is much more live of nature. I'm going to be talking to people like yourselves, and I'm going to be repairing stuff when people are requesting that, and I'm going to be showing all kinds of cool stuff I get from China when I import stuff, or when I go to flea markets and buy all kinds of cool stuff, or if I see something interesting on the web, or if I'm messing around with video games, and if I'm messing around with, you know, virtual reality, which is my latest thing to be messing around with these days. I'm even programming in that, and I'm spending a lot of time in a game called Anyland, which is absolutely fantastic. If you saw the live video from yesterday, if you didn't see that, it's still in there, but there's tons of annoying echo, so excuse me, sorry about that. I was still just trying to set this studio up. Now it's finally coming together, though, and I'm going to advertise for it when I feel I'm ready to do that. Right now, you guys or girls are just a part of a test running here right now. Woo! Stop gabbing, Tommy, and get some Aperture Science tea. There you go. Alright. So, what am I going to do today? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, I should definitely put some better, have some better placements for all these wires going everywhere. I have to figure out also how to get a proper microphone on my body. So, because if I'm moving away from this microphone, it's you're not probably not going to hear it very easily anyway. Hi, Matt Clapton. Yes, I'm definitely into shortwave radio. I don't have shortwave radio right here now. Well, I do have a receiver up there, but the problem is in Sweden it's not easy to get a permit to get up a big antenna. I used to have some indoors antennas here, but that wasn't any good at all. And yes, hi Peter. How you doing? Let me see what I can find. I have a shortwave transceiver here. It's called a ICOM 728. It's an old classic, I suppose. You can see this one here, right here. I got this one for a fantastic bargain. I bought it for only 20 UK pounds, roughly. That is a bargain. But the transmission is not using the nature of live television. What can I say? The TX part is not working. The transmission is not. I'm incapable of transmitting on it. Well, not entirely, but it's kind of weak. So I'm suspecting it is the MOSFET amplifier or something like that is blown in it. That's what I'm thinking. But other than that, I'm just worn out, because there's some areas some bands I can actually transmit on it, but I don't have a proper antenna, as I told you. I would like to have one in my yard. I have a big yard, so it should be possible. But I have to wait until the Swedish government allows that easily, and especially my neighbors, because I have really old neighbors. They're like in their 80s and stuff like that, and they're worried about TV interference. Of course, they all have fiber now, so they don't have to worry about that. But you know how people are. If there's some problem with their television set like that, and you are a radio amateur, then of course it's the radio amateur's fault, and you're gonna have problems with your neighbors. And I don't want to have that, because my neighbors are generally nice, and I don't want to give them. I don't want them to see ghosts and hear things they don't really hear. So yeah, I'm gonna place this one back. It's a little bit small, but it works out, I guess. Yep. Let's see if I have something exciting. You know, of course I'm into radio. You don't even have to ask. I mean, if you have seen some of my YouTube videos, you can see that I'm building a lot of radios, including an old tube radio that I built. That was my first. I wouldn't say my last tube radio. I'm probably gonna make one just for fun anyway, because I have tons of tubes. I have some miniature tubes as well. I'll see if I can find those. They should be in my shelves somewhere. Those are super rare, and I'm gonna build something with that. I promised myself that for ages, and I really should do that. There you go. For those of you tuning in and have absolutely no clue what I'm talking about when it comes to tubes, tubes are a thermionic valve that are used to amplify a signal, or as used as a switch, if you like. They pretty much look like this. And this is the predecessor before the transistor came along. And the transistor is really, really small. Today they are so small you can't even see them. Your microprocessors could have millions, if not billions, of microprocessors in them. And you can actually use these to build radios. That's what they did in the olden days. They're kind of charming, you know. If you have an old grandmother or grandfather or something like that, and they have that old radio around, you can see that it's glowing in the radio and stuff like that. And it's kind of cozy, you know. They get warm. I found on an auction in Denmark, I found a bunch of miniature tubes, and just for comparison, this is a standard 9-pin tube. This is one of those small 8-pin tubes in comparison. Isn't that cute? Super small little tube there that I have, and I just happen to have found a whole bunch of those I can fit in here. I think there's 40 to 50 or something like that. Matthew, thank you for your offer for that Casio television. I have gotten quite a lot of offers for stuff that people are willing to send me if I pay shipping, but I can't afford to pay for shipping all over the world. So I thank you, though. Maybe in the future, if I get sponsored or I get enough viewers and stuff like that, I would be able to pay for various shipping options and stuff like that. But thank you for offering that. For that Casio television. Speaking of Casio televisions, maybe I can show some of those models. I'll be right back. I'm back, so don't worry. That's another thing I have to figure out, you know. This new software I'm using. New software I'm using here, Open Broadcasting System. If I can just switch to a different scene while I'm not here, so I can actually put on some entertainment while getting other things. Those are the perils of live television, as you probably know. Please switch to toilet and cap. Yeah, Peter. No. But maybe I could get an aquarium fish and have an aquarium cam or Nemo cam or something like that. Not Nemo cam, I feel sorry for those fishes living in the salt tank. It's kind of high maintenance anyway. Yep, you probably remember these television sets. Here, this is one of those multi-systems I have. It's a 7 system. I got this for around about $10 on a flea market. It can't be used in Sweden anymore. You can use it as a video monitor, but you can't really use them in Sweden anymore because we have digital transmission in Sweden right now, so we don't have that. Same thing with this, but this is not a 7 system. This is one low-res model in comparison to this. So this is, yeah. But I've shown you this before. I actually have a YouTube video about that. So where I show these various things, I can show you that. Save tube. Right. Tommy Sotomayor. Thank you, YouTube. I were selecting this, but of course, yep, go into my own channel right there. And yeah, it should be this. Yeah, that's the show. That's the one I made earlier. You can watch that one if you like. And I'm explaining these various television sets that I'm collecting anyway. So yep, that was pretty much that. I kind of like this television set here because, you know, it's kind of practical. It is have a very high resolution to it because it has an old tube inside of it. And when I told you about the tube, this tube is not what I'm talking about. Not this tube. It has a different tube, but it's the same principle as a vacuum tube. And it also has a filament in it that glows in order to heat up the vacuum inside, so the electrons can flow from the anode to the cathode inside the tube in order to be used as an amplification unit, which they are basically. But this one is used to show a cathode ray on a small phosphor screen, just like the old television set. There you can even see a small glow in it. I did get something new and interesting, though, and not new, but interesting anyway, on a flea market here lately, and that was you can use it for checking out money. It's called blacklight, I think, but I found something extra to it. Let me see where it is. Like this. There's the blacklight. See if I can find the extra unit for it, if it's here somewhere. I'm not really sure. Lots of stuff in here. And right now I can't see that unit anywhere. But never mind, that's not important. But I have 2 lamps for it. One that reflects phosphorus and one that reflects sulfurous, I think so. There are 2 different types, I'm not really sure. But phosphorus and fluorescence, I think. Yeah, 2 different lamp types. But it has that. Anyway. So let's see if I can turn it on and show you guys. It's kind of interesting, actually. Got it. I can use some stamps. Technically, I also can use money for it, so I get some money. And you'll see it. Yep. Let's go past wires. All right. This is an old blacklight, if you like. And this is a professional model. I bought this at a second-hand store, and I believe they used it for checking for false money or professional well, there's a word for that, a philatelist or whatever. I don't know what they call that in English, but those collects stamps anyway, and they use this one to, see the phosphorus in it, fluorescence. I can turn it on so you see what's happening. Should be able to see that here. Maybe I should show it closer to the camera so you can see what's happening. Everything is mirrored here, so it's kind of difficult for me to guess how to hold my hands. There you go. You can see it's kind of lighting up there. So if I turn off this light, they will just look like regular stamps. And if I turn this on, you can see the phosphorus inside of it is reflecting. And this is how the banks use this unit as well to check for false money. I'm going to open my wallet and take out some money. There's the new Swedish 200 kroners we've just gotten lately, this year I think. And you can see there's a 200 mark that's clearly coming up right here. Yeah, but it's crazy easy to see it. The mirror is really messing with my brain. There you go. You can see it right there. And I think they've done that on all the different coins. Now all the different bills, like this one as well. As you can see, there's says 500, like that. So that works as well. It's a way to check if the money is authentic. But they have an RFID chip, if I'm not entirely mistaken, inside of these units right now. Because they are a unit. There is a small chip inside of it, which means it's a small RFID chip, I think, they can use now to see if it's really real. And that's a pretty good way to prevent counterfeiting money. Anyway. Yep. That was that unit. A little bit of fun. Okie doke. I have something else you might be interested in. Don't know if you've ever seen this one before. See if you guys can guess what that really is. See if can anybody guess it? Let's see if anybody guesses it. Can you guess what this is? Well, of course it's a watch, but that much we all know. But what kind of watch is it? It's kind of old and it's a world first. I found it many years ago. Not on a flea market. I actually bought it at full price. It was really expensive back in the days. And it was kind of fun. Let's see if you... Yeah, it's a watch. Yeah, Peter, it's a watch. Very good. Right. But it's let me give you another hint, guys. Definitely a bulky watch, Matthew. Definitely. But take a look at the front here. You'll see there is something. There's something that should be quite revealing if you look at it. So, what is it? What do you think it is? There's like 10-second delay, so I have to wait for people to be able to respond to it. Yes, it is the world's first spy watch. Actually, it's the world's first wrist camera. That's what Casio called it anyway, and it is the world first one. It takes a huge CR 2032 battery on it. And it is only black and white, and I think it is only 100 pixels times 100 pixels. And it has an infrared transmission to it, so you need an infrared receiver in order to receive the pictures. And they were like really small, and they all had like a grayscale of 16, I think. It's like having built in a small Commodore 64, but it's pretty advanced for its time. I think it might be 20 years old. I'm not really sure. 15 maybe, 20 something. And today it's quite a collector's item, as far as I know. Of course, they have much more advanced watches. You can have a telephone. I had that 5 or 6 years ago from China, where you could have a whole phone on a watch. And of course, you can even build your own phone these days. I actually have stuff for that. If I can find it. That's always the question. Can Tommy find it? There you go. From China, again, always from China. I built a whole, I bought a whole lot of stuff. These are pre-built PCBs made for your homemade telephone. And you need these phone on a chip in order to make them work. And basically what you do is that you solder this one onto this, as you can see. It fits. And you also need a SIM card reader, which is this one, which you also solder on this. And then you should be able to have a small rudimentary cell phone that you can connect to anything. You can even SMS with it or use it as a remote spy if you want to. There are much smaller units than just this, because if you decide to make one of these are obviously very cheap. I bought them just for a couple of dollars, which means cell phones cost nothing to produce. I'm not kidding. I actually bought this for a couple of dollars, including the production of these professional PCBs. So someone went through a whole lot of trouble and no money at all in order to mass produce this and sell it to the people so they can build stuff themselves. This is very popular all over the world. That's why I have this in the first place, because it is readily available on eBay. And if you want a more modern chip, you can look at this one. This is a much smaller one, but it's the same thing. You can see there is a SIM card reader on the other side, and this is actually smaller than the modem chip here alone is for the whole entire unit. And I just recently opened another cell phone, and the chips today are insanely small. You can have an entire cell phone, and I kid you not, GSM, GPRS, high-speed 4G, and as little as a thumb. And I'm not kidding you about that. The whole entire phone on a small chip that is as small as a thumb. So this stuff I have here, the reason you can get this so cheap is because it's outdated. There's factories that have been closed down everywhere, and there's lots of opportunists in China and everywhere else who buy these components and sell them to hobbyists like myself and earn a little buck. They don't take a lot of money for it, but most of the money goes to making those PCBs, because those are the ones they're making for the hobbyists. You won't find these inside of a cell phone because that's not necessary at all. So yeah. That's very much how that works. I have another little interesting thing I can show you. I have also shown this in the other shows before. These are Wi-Fi on a chip, not waifu. Have a lovely waifu. Anyway, yes, I went there. Anyway, this is a Wi-Fi chip. I like to call it a Arduino and Wi-Fi chip in one. It doesn't come with Arduino, but you can upload Arduino on it. If you don't know what Arduino is, it's a programming concept that you can upload on various microcontrollers. It makes it very easy to make simple things like robotics and stuff like that. Just like one of those I showed you yesterday when I was on my unofficial live show, just like today. There's a little robot thing that try to find its way, you know, by how far away things are. Can't actually. It would be kind of nice to put this Wi-Fi chip on it. Let's see what it did. That's what I was supposed to do. Yeah. Kind of fun. Yep. I found another interesting thing. I'm not sure I've shown you this. I'm not sure if there's life in it anymore. There isn't, but we could try to get it to work if I have the right batteries. Not sure I have the right batteries. This is a Casio music watch. It's super rare. It sells on eBay for quite a lot of money. It's called Melody 80. One of my friends gave this to me. I sometimes get electronics from people who knows that I'm collecting all kinds of retro stuff. And this is the Casio music calculator. watch, because it has everything in one unit. I'm not sure it works anymore, but it could be fun to, you know, see if we can get it to start. So I was thinking, why not? No, Matthew, I do not have a thread or YouTube that covers the basic of Lua, because I haven't been playing around with the Node Lua. The stuff that Matthew was just asking about is a Wi-Fi chip with a easy RS-222 interface to USB, which makes it easy to develop for the ESP8266 chip. And that's the Wi-Fi chip with Arduino we were talking about. This one just happens to be a Node Lua. It runs the new Lua language instead of Arduino. So I haven't been messing around with that. I'm sorry about that. But you could always go to the EVV blog, or you can go to Dutch Forum Electronics and ask there. I'm pretty sure they're going to help you and show you stuff with that. But back to the little Casio thingy. Let's try it. Let's power it up. I might have the batteries for it. I'm not really sure. It's really small batteries. I'm not really sure I've got this. Just check this out. I'll open this one up. I'll get a small screwdriver. Hang on. Yeah, that'll do. See if we get the batteries for it too. I'm not really sure. Gotta have my tea. Ooh, cold tea. Ugh, yeah, it took too long to set this up, but it was worth it anyway. Because this is way more fun. Let's open this up and see what we get. Come on. Let's see if I can fiddle it out somehow. It's really stuck in there. Hang on. After all, it's really old, so it's no blaming that. I mean, that thing is really old. We're talking maybe even the early 80s. We're talking not that long ago. Oh, there you go. Well, that's actually a nice surprise. This one hasn't had batteries in it for years, so it's not been hurt by corrosion or anything like that. Look at that. They're usually filled with corrosion, sometimes defective because of that. But as you can see, there's nothing has corroded or anything like that. That is pretty great. Yeah, I'm into tea because I never got into the coffee drinking in the first place. I don't know why, but I've always been a tea guy, sort of thing. I don't know why. Maybe I'm too vanilla still. This thing is actually made out of some kind of iron. It's back in the days when they didn't make things out of plastic, I suppose. Let's see what it takes. It says... It doesn't actually say. It only says that it takes 1.5 volts. It doesn't say what type of battery. At least I can't see it with my eyes. I don't have 20-year-old eyes anymore. Let's see here. Nope. It only says down here, up here. So nope, no can do. See if I have that size of batteries. Might be an A3 or AG7, not really sure. Maybe AG10. See what I got. I think I got some AG13 maybe. Yeah, I think it's an AG13. That's interesting. Huh. You guys got to see this. It says plus and minus, which should be obvious, what's up and down, but it says down on both. I don't know if that's a production error. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says down. You probably can't. So you can put some light in there so you can see it. Nah, that doesn't work. I have to find a better solution. I'm probably going to have some kind of webcam connected to this microphone here, which means you guys will be able to see stuff I'm zooming into. Now that I have this studio set up, it should be easy just to press another scene and it should be able to zoom into this. Just like that. But I'm going to follow my instinct. I'm going to use plus and minus correctly. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh wait, there's a drawing on the outside that shows exactly how to do that. That's good enough. Alright, that's awesome. There's a drawing here. That's nice. That was friendly out, Casio. Good work, Casio. So just in case an idiot comes along and can't do this basic stuff, I wonder if they're supposed to be a little bit bigger. It should work anyway. Let's try it. Now the lids doesn't say much, but there is a drawing on this one. The lid doesn't say anything at all. It looks exactly the same, both the entire lid. There's no difference whatsoever. But there's this pretty drawing here, as you can see, that shows exactly how it's supposed to go. So I think that will work out just fine. And I think I have the right size batteries, judging from the last battery. So I'm going to put that in and see what happens. Oh yeah, it sounds good too. I'm probably going to have to reset it. It's an old Casio computer after all. There you go. Oh, well, just pressing a button, I guess. Cool. Ha! Works just fine. Let's get the last screw back as well, because I unscrewed both. I was thinking I was going to open the whole thing, but nah, wasn't necessary. So yeah, it works. Works just fine. There you go. It can probably play back as well. I don't really know how, but we can find out, I suppose. No start stop. No, it looks like this. It works just fine. And you can basically just press these. I can't believe what what purpose. I mean, it's got to be. I don't mean, what makes you? Yeah, Dr. Jujun. How's that again? I almost got it. I think. Whatever. Very close. Alright. Let's see, calculator. Okay, just calculator. It must have an automatic off because there's no off button on this thing. It's cute though. Let's find out something more about it. I mean, I'm kind of curious about this unit. When did I make that one? There should be a Wikipedia page for it, I think. There's a museum page where you can watch it. Alright, Melody 80. Produced in Japan, yeah, but what date? Production started, no one knows. Oh, there's supposed to be a cover for it as well. I didn't have that. Someone has it in new condition back in 2010, I think. Yeah, I saw it on YouTube, but I'm not really sure I want to see the YouTube videos, because there's a little problem when I'm showing other people's YouTube's video. It depends on how copyrighted they are, so I'm really careful with that. I think I'm going to plan certain links I'm going to show in the future and stuff like that, where it's okay to do it. So I'm a little bit careful when it comes to that, when it comes to YouTube. You have to be really careful when it comes to YouTube. I have so many friends who have their channels closed down just because they had a tune or a music playing in the background that reminded the software of YouTube of the original, so it would automatically ban you, and you have to write to YouTube for like 2 weeks and to finally get a response and get your channel open again. I'm not going to try that. I'm not going to go there. I'm really careful about stuff like that. So yeah. Alright, 1979 according to unknown sources, I'd say. So yeah, I wasn't entirely wrong then. Early 80s, late 70s. Alright, that's pretty sweet. Wonder what they go for on eBay. I'm kind of curious about that. Let's see. Okay, that's bidding. And here's one you can buy directly. That's 500 Swedish kroner. That's roughly 50 or 60 bucks. 60 bucks or something like that. It's still a fair amount of money for a small, useless, essentially, thing like that. But I'm not going to sell it. I usually collect these things anyway. I never actually sold any of those things I collected. I never did, because I have no interest in doing that. I have some old computers that are worth thousands. One of those is the first Apple iPad, if you like. I have a video about that. I have one in mint condition. It's called the Newton Message Pad. It was the one time when Newton separated as a different company, and they went bust after just 6 months of producing the Apple Newton Message Pad 2100. They called themselves Newton Technologies back in the days. And I have a video about that somewhere. So, yep. That's about it, I think. What am I going to do now? You see, that's the question of live television, you know. What am I going to do next? Maybe I should check out Anyland to see, oh man, time is flying. It's already 10 o'clock. Jeez, that's really fast. Maybe I should just go back to Anyland and do some fun there instead. Well, I've seen it too, but I kind of like to meet people around this time of the hour. I could check out, see if my friend T is coming back from work, because we play a lot together online. He is not home from work yet. If he was, we could play the ARK. We usually play that all night sometimes on the ARK. If you ever seen the ARK, it's a pretty cool game. It's kind of a survivor game. It's really long, and if you had to watch it on a YouTube channel, you would probably fall asleep really, really fast, because it takes some time to build stuff in the ARK. Just like things like getting enough power to build a house takes like maybe 2 or 3 hours just to get the kind of skills you needed to buy a house, build a house. I've heard from my friend that the ARK Survival Evolved is supposed to be pretty much like the game called Rust. I've only seen Rust on YouTube. I've never played it myself before. But according to my friend Jonathan, he tells me that ARK is way better than Rust. He was such a Rust guy, but something about the developers, I'm not going to go into that at all, but he kind of talked about the developers a little bit, that developers weren't doing exactly what they should on Rust. So the ARK is much more responsive. They certainly update a lot. I mean, I bought the ARK about 5 months ago, and there isn't a single day on Steam when I come on Steam I don't get an ARK update. There's always an ARK update every single day. It always surprises me how much updates they have. One day they have like 2 gigabytes in updates, and I'm wondering, is ARK going to fill my whole entire hard disk one day? I don't know. But yeah, why not start up the ARK? That's actually a pretty good idea. That's not a virtual reality game unless you have an Oculus yet. And those who have an Oculus, they said it was absolutely terrible to play on virtual reality because it wasn't really made for that. So I was thinking maybe we should test that. We only have 3 viewers anyway now, so I can sacrifice you. Ha! I'm kidding, of course. But I'm thinking maybe we should test that, see if it works with this new broadcast system. So let's start up the ARK and see what happens. If everything crashes, you'll know exactly why. And I'm sorry about this, but this is just still testing. This isn't really a live show at all. It's just testing. So I'll do that. You'll see what I'll be doing. So let's do this. Let's be kind to it and remove the video, because I don't think it's going to like that. Or just put the video up here or something like that. That'll work. That's pretty neat. I love this. I love this scene system where it's possible to set everything up like that. That's really nifty. Okay, let's play ARK. ARK. Where are you? There you go. I have way too many VR games now. Most of these actually virtual reality games. Because when you have a view, you might as well use it, right? I'm gonna see if you have the sound, because I'm gonna have to call mute some parts of my sound now. That is quite interesting. It does not show up. You probably just heard the music, but that's not really showing up. I might have to add this to this system here. So let's see how that works. New experience all the time. Let's see if this works. No, that just changes the camera size. Okay, interesting. Oh, there it is. I think. It showed up on my screen. I'm not sure it showed up on your screen. Yeah, it showed up. Okay. I'm gonna change. You don't have. I mean, if I put the music on, you are going to have a problem because I'm gonna you're probably gonna hear myself. I should be able to fix that somehow. Let's see if I can fix that. I should have fixed this in the beginning anyway. Yeah, I should have. This is a beast of a program, so I'm going to fix that before I do it, because it takes so much power from the computer. You probably noticed that there's a lot of lag when I'm doing this, because it's freaking huge, that software. Alright, I'm going to go into that one, and instead of running live here, hopefully I'm not going to hear it on the desktop anymore. I think that just worked out. Let's see if that works. I'm activating desktop sound, and yee, it worked exactly like it should. I love this piece of software. It saves Windows for me. Woohoo! This is a nice piece of software. Alright. Good. We haven't crashed yet. Knock on wood. Let's go for it. See if it works. Yep, and we have the live transmission again. It is working. Charming. Really nice. I love this. I love how well this works without destroying everything. When I ran that Windows thing, everything was destroyed every single time. It was a nightmare. Now let's see how this works. I'm having so many screens right now. I don't know where to look. But okay, let's try this. I'm going to play a local game here, so you can see what I mean with all this. I'm going to make it easier for you guys to see what I'm doing, so I don't have to do it forever. So what I will do is that I harvest amount will increase. Food drain should be at what it is. Player damage. Well, I don't know anything about this really. I'm just gonna play single player so you can see what I do. It's a little bit sorry that my friend is not online because he would be loving to show you this guy. He loves this game more than I do. And he always nags me to please come on and play ARK. Please play ARK with me, please. So he is the Rust guy I'm talking about. He really loves this stuff. Yeah. And if you think this is slow at loading, you have to think again, because I'm on one of the fastest desktop computers you can ever build. It has an M2 hard disk, the 512 gigabyte version. It's small, but it's expensive as crazy. It costs like $350. It is a M2 2.5 gigabyte read and 1.5 gigabyte write hard disk. So this is actually quite fast, but I can see it's slowed down by the live transmission we're doing right now. That slows it down quite a lot because it has to do all this live stuff. Well, that's my friend who is probably just sleeping because I still have a live server going. Alright, I can walk around. Okay, this actually works surprisingly well. I am surprised how well that actually worked. It lagged a little bit there when I was transmitting. This is one of the structures that I've been building when I was playing together with my friend. See where the entrance is. Because that's how ARK works. You can build your own stuff, basically. Open the door here. It's possible for other people to join the server too as well. All of this stuff is built in-game, if you like. It's not Noah's Ark. I don't really know what it is. It's just a game where you can build and do stuff whatever you like. You have to earn all the merits. I'm going to show you how. For example, I have to go collect stuff in order to get stuff, build stuff. I'm collecting food right here, right now. And if you look at this, you have various build options. You can build a stone pick, but you're gonna need to meet the requirements. When I'm selecting the stone pick here, you can see you're gonna need one stone, one piece of wood, and 10 pieces of thatch, and you can see how many you already owned next to it. And this is what you need to build the various devices. You earn experience points. Right here I'm level 40. On his server I'm over level 60. But every time you join a new server, you are getting new levels, so to speak. So you need levels in order to earn engram points. And you can use your engram points to buy experiences. So what you're basically doing here, you're earning crafting experience. So if you want to build a spyglass or a bola, which is a weapon, you are going to pay 8 experience points for that. I'm clicking on that and I have learned that, but it's not as easy as that, but I can use that later on. So if I'm exiting this menu right here, I should be able to see my bola engram here, and it seems like I have the requirements needed in order to build craft this. So when I'm double clicking on this, I'm now being able to craft it, and I've crafted it now. And if I go to my inventory, I should be able to see my new bola weapon. I can assign this to one of the fast spots I have here, which means when I exit this, it will already be available on slot 6. So if I'm putting this one up, I can already use this, either to catch an animal or kill an animal or an enemy or something like that in this game, as you can see here right now. And I'm not going to try to kill that fellow. He's a peaceful fellow, but this one is easier to kill. You know, this one is also peaceful, but it doesn't attack. It's kind of worried and afraid. Never used this weapon before, so it's going to be fun to see how this works. He just got angry. Let's kill it the old-fashioned way, or with a spear. This is the first time I've seen it not run away. This is almost too easy. I killed it. And now I have something called hide, which means I can go into the menu and I can see that I've gotten hide here. This is a resource I'm going to need in order to craft various things. For example, if I want to craft myself a jacket, as you can see I'm naked there, or pants, I need 25 hide and 10 in fiber in order to do that. So if I click that, I'm now crafting this, and I can go into my inventory and I can wear this on my legs, and now I have my hide outfit here. Same thing with this shirt. I'm making this, getting into inventory and wearing it again. So now I'm not naked anymore. That's great. All right. You can actually build an awful lot of stuff in this. You can even build telephone, and you can build electronics. But you have to be really advanced in order to get there. You can build just about everything you can imagine. You can build your own telephone system. You can have huge yards, and you can tame dinosaurs if that's your thing, or you can just recruit tons of people to your clan. And it's actually super popular at the moment. If you look at Steam's online multiplayer game, this one is constantly on top as the absolutely most popular game there is when it comes to multiplayer games, building and doing stuff like that. It is super popular. The water is kind of realistic too. I'm kind of impressed with how the water looks. You can be attacked by piranhas as well. You can see the refractive effects here. I have to admit though, I have a really sweet graphics card, which is called the GeForce 1070. That's a trilobite. This is also useful, if I can get it. I'm adding chitin, which I can be used. Oh shit, that happens. I think I've got attacked by a bad creature somewhere. I better just run for it. Oh, there it is. It's one of those spitting bastards. It spits at you and stuff like that. There it is again. It wants to spit at me. I better watch out when it does that. It can be tamed as well. Yeah. Speaking of eating what you kill, you can't just eat it because you're gonna get sick. You actually have to cook it, because although you can eat raw meat, it is not recommendable to do so, because just like in real life, you can get sick. You can get sick from it. So what you have to do is that you have to go into the fire like this. You see, I have some spoiled meat here. I'm gonna remove that, and I'm gonna put my fresh meat in here so I can cook it. So I can eat this stuff if I want to. I can eat this. And then my food health will go up, basically. Here I can cook together all kinds of weird stuff. I can find stuff and cook it together. I gotta say I'm seriously impressed with this, because I did not expect ARK to run this live while pumping out live footage, not using Shadowplay, because before I used Shadowplay, which is sort of hardware-ish. You're always hungry, Peter. I remember that from you. You're always hungry, Peter. You're the only guy that I know of that I can actually eat for 3 hours later, and 3 hours in a row, and just wondering what are we talking about? You've been eating for 3 hours, Peter. And Peter is just looking at us and says, what's wrong? And he's not like a fat guy or anything like that. He's like super thin, very large, but he can like eat forever, basically. You got to be expensive to maintain, Peter, I think. Okay, see you later, Matthew. Thanks for watching. You can always watch this later on YouTube because it does record it. So no problems at all. I'm just going to enjoy myself like I normally would. The only difference is now I'm streaming everything. Ooh, there's a dodo bird. I can tame that one. I'm going to show you that. I think it's better just to use a club, so I'm going to manufacture a club for it. I don't think I've learned that here, so I'm going to go here and see if I can find a club. Yep, learning that. And see if I can get a club somewhere. And join the club. I'm going to need some fiber for that. Okay, let's pick some fiber. Those dodo birds are kind of useless, but they're very cute. So let's do this. I don't have enough fiber yet. Okay. Gotta pick some fiber. Picking fiber, picking fiber. Let's go 4 more. Okay, I should have enough fiber for this now if I can find a dodo bird again. Yeah, there's a couple of dodo birds. Oh, luxury. It's really lush today. Really, really lush. Okay, I'm gonna build this weapon. Going to inventory, adding it. Here, that's number 4. And now let's whack-a-doodle. I'm gonna whack you. Sorry about that, little guy. I'm gonna whack you. I'm gonna whack you until you get unconscious. There you go. I'm not gonna kill it. I'm just gonna go to inventory and give it stuff. I think it likes mayo berries, and I have to give it some narcotics. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to tame it fast. So I'm getting it a little bit of narcotics to see what happens here. It's unconscious and it's taming. Taming efficiency is pretty high right now. This is working. I don't have enough berries, so I'm gonna have to like find a lot of mayo berries, which is what it likes, I think. So I'm gonna have to go crazy now and harvest. Me and my friends, we usually have added resource speed, gathering speed. That's something I should have done here as well, because it would have made it much easier. We're still both amateurs in this game, though, as you probably can guess. So I'm gonna put food in its inventory. Come on, come on. That's getting there. That's getting there. Taming and taming and taming. This is so much faster when we are in cheat mode. Uh-oh, it's waking up. Shit, shit, shit! Oh, it's waking up! Give it some narcotics. Should knock it out immediately. Come on. Oh boy, I better keep collecting. If I'm gonna tame that guy, I'm gonna have to keep collecting. And remember where it is, which is difficult enough as it is. In this game, it's very beautiful to look at. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. I think I might have lost him. He might have woken up a little bit faster than I thought. As you can see, this game is not particularly easy when it comes to taming animals. If I can't tame a dodo bird, how do you think it's gonna happen when I try to tame a big dinosaur? My friend, who is much more into this than me, he tamed a big dinosaur, and he tamed one of these as well. And I have no idea how to do that. And you have to survive the elements in this game, just like in real life in a way. So I'm getting cold right now, and there's a risk I'm getting what's called hypothermia. It's kind of cool that you can see all the worms and the elements and stuff like that in So the graphics is quite astonishing. Oh, I hate those. Don't spit on me! I want to get away. Oh my god, I hate those. Gotta get away! I'm a wuss. I know. I should have stayed and fight it, but I don't want to. I do not want to. So I'm gonna go home. Oh, there's my home. Finally, there's my home. Thank goodness. I am soon suffering from hypothermia, so I'm gonna have to go in fast. Just in case I get enemies, I'm gonna close this one because I have a pin code on it. It's possible to set a pin code so people can't just enter my home just like that. I'm gonna close all the doors just to make sure, and light the fire. Light, come on, baby, light my fire. Yep, there you go. Oh, I don't have any. Right. Get rid of that and put some wood on it, and then I can light the fire. There you go. And if you look to the right now, you can see that the health icon is going up because, well, yeah. The doors? Yeah, that's right. Literally. Literally, Peter, the doors. That's right. Ah, that feels so much better. Right, and I think there's a bed upstairs as well I can sleep in, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I made one of those. It can be used here in the game to travel from one hut to the other. So if you made various homes in your tribe, you can use it as a transportation, teletransportation if you like, to transport from one area to another really fast. If you make those. The game servers often have up to 75 different players, so they can hold quite a lot of players online at the same time. We usually just use private servers, and you, Peter, of all people, you know why we are using private servers. Because, you know, there's a lot of griefers and a lot of kids who, I don't mind kids, but, you know, there's a lot of troll kids who just are trolling us and killing us all the time, and, you know, you never know if they're cheating or just being honest or just being annoying. So we like to play with the Extraordinary Old Gamers League, or the League of Extraordinarily Old Gamers, or whatever we used to call ourselves, Peter. Right. That's another feature I should have in this this software. By the way, I'm gonna turn this off right now. Yep. Literally. I'm thinking that's one of those things that we should definitely have live, which means if somebody calls in the show, Skype or anything like that, I'm pretty sure that's possible in this piece of software because it's very sophisticated. So I'm guessing we could be taking live callers, or people could be chatting online, and you could get the windows under here and stuff like that. That would be awesome to do some collabs with all the friends. I have a whole bunch on my Steam list, so it should be possible. Ask a few of those people to come on live and just have fun together. I like this. That'd be neat, I think. Right. Finally get the computer power back to myself again. Yoo-hoo! I look like one of those Indians, you know, with they have these discs on their lips. Girls, yep, that's definitely lacking on this show. I mean, it might be the electronics, I don't know why. But surprisingly enough, I was actually looking into the Google Analytics, which looks at my key demographics. There were actually an increasingly number of ladies watching here now. It started with 5% and 95% male. But it's up at 11% females now, so now they are out there. They are increasing. I don't know if that's something to do with age, or they're just getting more even when it comes to electronics. Maybe they're more used to electronics now than they used to be when I was a kid. Because 20 years ago, if we actually did this, you can pretty much expect 0% women to watch a show like this. Watch an old geezer like this working with electronics and stuff like that. So yeah. Indeedy. This thing went into error mode. It says E. Why did it do that? It is old. Maybe I just need to clear the memory or something like that. There's no on and off button. But this is typical of Casio of the time. If you put a couple of batteries in like that, you can expect them to last longer than the batteries themselves. Especially since these are not lithium batteries. I better watch out because they're probably going to leak. These Chinese batteries, they do leak. I'm going to show you a example of that. I bought, just as a test, I bought a ton of batteries from China. And you can see that these are corroded quite efficiently. You can see there are all kinds of white goo on it, salt and stuff like that. I don't know what stuff is coming out of them, but you can see it's happening big time here. So yeah, that's kind of gross. I'm just keeping this as a example, as a warning to myself never to buy this again from China, because those batteries will die in a half a year and they will look exactly like that. The batteries I've got here, just to show the difference. These are not China bought. These was actually bought in Denmark. And these was actually sold second hand. They're not been used, but they're old. They're expired. These batteries here. And I think they're over 20 years old. Yep. They're roughly 20 years old. They're made by a brand called Maxwell. It's a Japanese brand, I believe. And just for comparison, when it comes to quality, stuff they make today and stuff they made back then, I mean, I'm pretty sure that this 20-year-old battery, lithium battery, is still working. Taking out my trusty fluke. Good work, Tommy. Managed to sting yourself there. Okay, let's check out the battery. See what it says. Well, exactly like it should. 3.3 volts. That is amazing. That's a 20-year-old battery and it's still full of power. It's supposed to be only 3 volts. This is a 3-volt battery. But lithium batteries, when they're brand new and fresh, are usually 3.3 volts. So yeah, that's 20-year-old batteries, man. They certainly don't make things like they used to. They certainly don't. Different, but it's, when you think about it, we got ourselves to blame. We want everything for free. I mean, batteries back in those days, you had to pay like 50 kroners, which is roughly 6 or 10 bucks back in the days, just for a battery like this. You don't want to pay that kind of money today. You want to pay a couple of cents, maybe just a dime or nickel or a dime or something like that for a battery like that. In Sweden, they want to give no more than 5 kroners for it. You get what you pay for. They're going to sell it to you. Of course they are. But you can't expect the same quality as the main brands when you're expecting to pay just a tenth of what it used to cost. Let's talk about potentiometers. You know what a potentiometer is. It's the same thing you have in your old radio, old stereo. What fell down there was just a couple of binoculars from the 3D movie theater. Yeah, I usually keep those just in case in the future I can get a monitor that supports them, and I know there's a few monitors that does support them. So yeah, I keep those. The movie theater wants to collect them and keep them themselves. They're cheap around here, but I just keep them instead. All right, let's talk about potentiometers. I'm going to show you a standard potentiometer. See if I can find one here right here. It has to be all the way up, of course. There you go. This is a standard potentiometer, and for those people who don't understand what a potentiometer is, it is basically just a volume control that controls your volume on your stereo. You turn it around with a knob, of course, and it has a resistance value from 0 to whatever the resistor is inside of here. This one just happened to be 100K, which means if I measure this, I can get some crocodile connections just to show you this, because we can do that with the multimeter as well. If we want to check this out, we can do that. We could just go to ohm and check resistance, and all we have to do is just to connect the mid one to one of these, and we should be able to get a reading. Yeah, let's show this a little bit easier for you. There's too many reflections. That's one of the good things about having a monitor, so I can see what I'm actually doing. So this one should go from 0 resistance, which means it's entirely short-circuited, and if I'm slowly rotating it like this, you can see it increases and increases in resistance until it goes all the way up to 100K. Well, almost. They aren't 100% accurate, because it has maybe a 10% tolerance, which means there's 10% inaccuracy on this one, just like there are normal resistors. There are 1% resistors as well, which means they're 1% accurate. Those are usually military, but you get the idea. You can use this to power lower, dim a light if you want to, but you need some external components, maybe a transistor, in order to use it as a switch, in order to switch the lamp so it doesn't draw all the power through this one, because it will smoke it essentially. Unless you got a really powerful one like this one. This is a really big one. And just for comparison, to see the potentiometer size, you know, when he said, you remember, what was it, that movie from Australia? What do you call that? Paul Hogan, he was starring in the movie. Crocodile Dundee, you know, he says, that's not a knife. This is a knife. I could say probably the same thing about this. Look at this. That's not a potentiometer. Oh, this is a potentiometer. And this is the mother of all potentiometers. It's really, really big. Wonder if it works. I think this has been in an old airplane or maybe a tank or something like that. I have no idea. I got it in a flea market many, many years ago. I think this is the middle one. So let's see if it works. I don't know how many K it is. It says it's 200K. Okay, that should work. Yeah, it works exactly the same way. Starts almost as 0 here, and it works its way upwards until we get to 200K. Oh, this one is really close. Almost 200K. I guess there's higher quality. I guess this has got to be one of the 1% or military precision stuff from the 50s, I suppose. Yep, this one works fine. Mick Dundee, that's right, Peter. Crocodile Dundee, exactly. Testing those. That's not a knife. That's not a potentiometer. This is a potentiometer. Right. I have a box of cooler profiles I can show you. Oh, where did I put those batteries? strong ones, lithium batteries. Let's see if you can guess what that is. I just bought a bulk load, yeah, the collector, right? I just bought a bulk load of all kinds of cooling profiles. These cooling profiles, they are used for transistors and cooling down transistors, basically. So that means if you have a transistor, which I have way too many of anyway, I bet this is more transistors than you have ever seen in your entire life. Just check this out. That is a boatload of transistors. And it weighs quite a pretty bit as well. So let's say that we have a power transistor that's going to be used in an audio amplifier. Let's say to play from an Apple iPhone or something like that. Then you can't just connect this thing to whatever circuit. You're going to need a cooler. So that's exactly what those things were made for. As you can see, it fits perfectly in the profile. So that you need some cooling paste as well, just like you need when you are mounting a cooling profile on a PC, a Pentium processor or something like that. Then you're gonna need that as well. So that is a boatload of these cooling profiles. And more transistors than I'll ever need. Actually, I wrote that on it. More transistors you ever need. Yep. I have, of course, sorted a lot of them in the background, so that's no worries. I have thousands and thousands of them sorted correctly, so they're in the correct category. You know, BC 547, 447, 559, etc. and stuff like that. So I have the transistors that I need to build various things, such as, for example, when I just on a whim build a small amplifier just for no reason other than having a little bit of fun. I was actually thinking about how cheap can I build a radio that actually is audible with help of a speaker. I can build it for less than 10 kroners, actually, maybe $1 or something like that. I don't think the Chinese can beat that. I don't know if they can. That's the way it is. Anyway. Let's see if my friend is home. Because planning to play a little bit with him. It's a long time since you and I played, Peter. You should definitely get one of these. I hope you get that. If your wife will let you. I'm kidding, of course. Of course you let you. Or am I? Anyway. I'm gonna clean it a little bit because if I'm gonna use this thing, I'm probably gonna, you know, smash everything else in sight, which is probably what I will do, so I'm not gonna do that. Cleanliness is next to godliness, they say. Not sure about that because I don't believe it either. Well, cleanliness maybe, but not the godliness. So, there you go. Right. Let's see what we can do. Diddly do. Oh yeah, right. This one needs to go back to its place. Yep. There you go. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready. I'm punning already. How great. Okay, firing up the VR. Bluetooth stuff. Headset being initiated. Oh yeah, you can't see that, but might as well show you. There you go. Maybe this one is more practical for that. Oh. No. Do as I tell you to, not otherwise. You did? You did? Okay. Sad to hear that, or happy to hear that, depending on how you feel. Let's see here. Let's play Anyland. All right, let's go for it. See if it registers properly. Yeah, it does. Amazing. I'm gonna watch this because I'm going to smash into things. That's almost a guarantee. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, it's working just fine, I think. See if I should perhaps get this microphone working. Nope, it's not that one. Not that one either. So let's see how that works, if you guys can hear it. I have no idea if you're going to be able to hear it, but I'll put up the volume a little bit higher so you should be able to hear what the other people are saying anyway. Well, I'm glad you were okay, Peter. That's important to me. So I'm glad that you are happy and have a good time. This is important for everybody. I think the same thing when it comes to my life. I prioritize having fun and, you know, living while I still do, instead of just wasting life, because it's far too precious for that. Oh, there you go. Should be initiated right now. Just so you know it, and you can probably guess since I smashed into the microphone, I will not be able to hear much or see much of what you guys are typing on the screen right now because I'm in virtual reality, and you should be able to see everything, I think, I hope. See how it works. Yeah, it works fine. Okay, better than yesterday anyway. So let's go here. See if there's any friends online. Yeah, there's some people. Let's go and meet each APM. Totally newbie. Let's meet him. See what he's up to. This big eye in the sky is watching me. Oh no. Let's see here. It's probably working on this. If I'm not entirely mistaken, let's open it. No, there's no one in here. Could be upstairs. Nope, there's just a cookie here. Okay. I think I'm spotting something in the... Nope. Could have left. I'm the only one here. Let's see. Nope. There's somewhere else here, building. Somewhere. Maybe somewhere else. How exciting. I'm gonna hop closer to the microphone here, so I see if I can talk here. Okie dokie. I wonder if I'm double speaking or something like that. No, I'm not. I've just got a glimpse of the monitor right there. Okay, let's see here. Oh, someone is building something up in the sky. What is that? Just some random soil in the sky? That's weird. Oh, I lost vision. Ooh. Probably lost tracking because it's still I put a lot of monitor up here now. Headset just lost tracking there. I should probably move a little bit to here instead, until the headset can pick it up again. Nope. Might just have lost tracking there. Let's see if I can bring it closer to the base station. No, it cannot see it. Interesting. Okay. How did that happen? Let's see if I can find the VR monitoring here somehow. New. Hello, Alex. How are you doing? Yeah, it's tracking the headset again. I don't know why it crashed there. It could be one of those things it just couldn't handle. At the same time, I'm not really sure. Okay, let's try this again. I did just fine yesterday on it. Now it can't see the base stations. Okay, that's why that didn't work. I'll have to check that. Okay, they're turned off for some reason. Why are they turned off? Okay, interesting. I can hear them now. I can hear them spin up somewhere. Okay, that should be working, I hope. Yeah, let's turn up the volume a little bit. It's a little bit low at the moment. Should be better like this, I think. Hello, hello. Okay, that's better. Alright. Okay, is it tracking again? No? Now it's tracking. Okay, I got the holodeck back. Okay. Alright, let's get this up and running again. Right. I'm going to select Anyland here. Alright. Back to normal. Okay, there's someone in Welcome Town. Maybe I should go to the after party instead. Hi, Raider. Busy working? Alright. I'm just showing off on YouTube to a bunch of people. Anyland. Yeah. I have to see if whatever you're saying is being registered on the new software. Can you say something? It's not registering. Oh crap, that's not good. I'm using some kind of specialized software for streaming. It's called Open Broadcast, but it's not really registering what you're saying. Try to say something now. I can hear you, but they can't, obviously, for some reason. That is annoying. Let me see if I can add a sound source. Try to say something now. Not working still. Crapola. Okay, try to say something now. Interesting. Didn't work still. Sure. Yeah, it worked yesterday because I used echoing on the desktop. That it worked, but I'm using a much better software now. Should be better anyway. Could you do me a favor? Could you play a YouTube video or something? So I don't have to ask you every single time. Thank you.
It's a problem for me.
Alright. Oh wow. His head is still moving.
Yeah.
Yep, and we have sound, I think.
And if you can touch those...
Put this button and we're friends. Want to be a... I like romantic
Zelda,
music.
Nintendo.
Ooh, you and me, we met today. Ooh,
I'm gonna do like a kindergartner's work of hair. Because this is...
Alright, that should work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing it. Overlay sound.
Great.
Burn up, burn up, burn up. Yabupe.
Lay overlay sound.
Waterman. Sword.
And a teleporter.
And little portal.
You should put some wings. You can fly.
Then become number 2.
Okay, it works. Thank you.
You can't see it, but I'm...
There you go.
So now people can finally hear other people as well.
Okay.
The broadcasting system is so crazy advanced so that actually you can select what kind of audio, what kind of video sources, and even game sources you're supposed to use, and what should be broadcast and what should not. It's really insane.
Huh.
Okay, I won't disturb you anymore. I'll leave you to your devices. So have fun.
You're good. Yeah, I'll see you around.
I gotta see if it freezes this time. I hope not. I think I saw someone in the horizon over there. Hi!
Hi there. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just live on YouTube right now, just trying to set up some broadcasting software.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool. I finally got sound in Viva as well, so I can so people can hear what you are saying. For example, when we are talking right now, because you're
Oh, well, nice.
right now you're live. Hi.
Hi, YouTube. Nice. We're getting to your channel. For sure.
Yeah. This has been an adventure, I have to say that, because yesterday I was just using the desktop and a camera, basically. Today there's like 3 monitors here, several microphones, and a broadcast studio. Because
nice.
everything messed up
Cool
yesterday. Everything that went wrong is what I tried to fix today. It sort of works great, actually. Because now I can
Cool.
do live transitions. I can even put logo overlays and live video transitions and everything live instead of editing it. I can just do it live.
Nice.
That is really nice. It's open source software, so it's pretty nice.
Oh, cool. What's the name?
Open
Software.
Broadcast.
Open Broadcast, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice. It's only version 0.16, so they're kind of experimental, but it seems to work pretty nicely. It froze the headset on me for just one moment, but that could have been the wrong USB audio settings or something like that.
Yeah.
Because now that I have the right settings, it doesn't freeze at all, and it's running live, and I have an extra monitor just to see that. Yep, it works like a charm.
Nice.
Everything transmits perfectly in every single monitor. Awesome.
Cool. I like it. So you will broadcast your area here
Yeah,
to everyone else.
I just saw that
Yeah,
you were
nice.
here, so I was going to show them you, so they don't just see empty stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's getting its forms. So
Looks beautiful,
still
man.
getting in form.
Are
You
you?
have some ideas for the upper floor? Take your time and
Good,
go for it.
good question. Upstairs could
Or
be
some
like a
about some sleeping rooms.
yeah, like
Some
a
bedrooms
travelers.
So you can sleep up. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some of my viewers have ideas about that. So shut up. Oh, mushrooms. That looks like Mario's mushrooms. Shrooms. I'm afraid of using my hands so I don't bang into things like in real life right here. because my space is so limited right here. And I banged into our microphone. Yay! Yep. These things are going to get battle scars, I can tell you this much. Have you gotten any battle scars on your Vive yet?
No. I don't.
I'm probably going to get that real soon because I'm sitting behind a desk in the studio. So that's kind of like, I've banged into everything there is to bang into, like the soldering iron, the monitor, the microphone right in front of me. It's getting victimized all the time. So yeah.
Not yet.
Are you gonna make that thing automatic?
Yeah, I'm on to get it when touched, so it moves.
So the whole thing
Automatic.
swings.
Yeah, the whole thing swings, but currently, let's see.
How have you
Oh,
managed to fix the grouping yet? Do we have grouping?
No, we don't. So it's really mess.
So when it
So
opens, like parts of the door just fly apart and go in various directions.
Yeah, it's like, let's see. Oh man, it doesn't work. Yeah, funny.
That's what it's called, beta.
Oh no, I made a mistake. Sorry. Let's see. When
Well, I was
touched
thinking.
and it'll open. Damn. So now see what happens.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it's mostly like that.
And then you just need the rest to move.
Yeah, I got the positions already, but I need to script it up now
Right.
so that it really does what it should do. But the animations are laggy. So let's see if this fixes this. Whoop, whoop. Yeah,
That's pretty
much
cool.
more smooth. It's much more smooth. So let's get the next one in. Next.
Yep.
So. Okay.
I'm just gonna move around and show off some VR. See you later, man.
Yeah. Yeah. See you.
See if some others on. Graphics Monkey is in Welcome Town. Okay, should be here. Wonder where they are. There's a sign. Oh, that's my television set. Yeah, let's try something else. Let's see if I can actually play space shooters, space pirate shooters in a seated way. That's probably going to go really, really bad because I'm going to smash into the microphone. I can guarantee you that. That's pretty much a guarantee. Since it's going to be, I should lower this a little bit. That would be better, I think, so I don't have to smash into it all the time. I'm going to have to be aware that the microphone is here. So I'm going to see where are the games. Where are the games, my boy? There you go. Space Pirate Trainer. Let's play that. Sounds a little bit loud, I have to pull it down. Yeah, that's sort of classic. Yeah, I can't because I have to physically dive. I don't know if I can get the shield somehow. There you go. Ah, I got killed. Crap. Almost, anyway. I'm getting tired. Yeah. It's not a game very practical to play in a seated mode. This is usually meant that I'm supposed to stand on the other side and dive and fly around because it's much harder. This game is simply not meant for seated experience. You're supposed to move around on the floor a lot more. And I'm seated here right now, obviously because of the show. In the future I might be able to put up some robotic camera that can follow my movements around. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Google Earth, that is an experience you will not believe. That is amazing. They've gotten that in VR now, and you gotta see it in order to believe it. Of course, you will not be able to see it the way I see it because of these VR goggles, but it is an amazing experience, I can tell you that much. It looks so real. I'll see if I can go to normal. Skip intro, yes please. Let's see if I can find home. E.T. phone home. There you go. Just gotta let Google load a little bit first. I used to be able to go sideways and turn sideways with this. Why isn't this working anymore? Oh well. It kind of looks like a second or third world war was here, post-apocalyptic scenery or something like that. It really does. But it's kind of amazing. I don't get the same motion sickness that some people get from this. But it is pretty sweet to be able to do this. Why isn't the side function working anymore? Have they updated this? That's weird. I used to be able to sit and do this. Huh. It just says thump thump thump. Take a look. If it wasn't for the fact that I got a 250 megabit internet line, this would be insane. One of my friends, he can't even use this one on a 6 megabit line. Last time I checked, it sucked like 30 megabit of my line right now. Or maybe megabytes, I'm not really sure. But it sucked almost all the power I had on it, just to be able to load like this. Let's go to Manhattan. That's pretty cool anyway. Let's take that. You just saw Malmo. That's near where I live. Give it time to load a little to get the details. Unfortunately, I cannot be able to read your comments right now because obviously I'm in VR, so I can't see anything other than the VR stuff you see right now. It's the same as I see, except that I don't see your chat, so I had to look at your chat window later if there is anybody at all watching this. I'm taking requests. Any areas you want to see? Should I visit your home area, maybe? I'll take some time to check out my chat screen, see if there's anywhere you think I should visit. Oh, you see it like that. Alright, I didn't expect that. I was kind of hoping you saw what I saw. Okay. Let's see if I can find Odense. See if I can find it on the map, because I don't think we have a search function yet in the VR. As far as I know. Oh, this is the rotate. I thought I pressed that one last time, but obviously I didn't. Right. Thought I did that. It just said dunk 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 last time. But okay, let's find out where Odin says. Oh, sorry about that. Yep. There you go, finally. There it is. Oh, it's in 3D too. That's pretty cool. Fancy. See if I recognize any places. Oh, that's an interesting tower. Let's look at that. It looks like ruins from a distance. Oh, Vattenfall. Vattenfall. And how are you supposed to say that? Seems familiar to me, this place. This is very familiar. Didn't I used to shop here at some point? Let's drive into the city. I think this is the direction. I'm not really sure. Doesn't look like it goes to the city. Oh well, it might. Well, that's the other way around. Here we are. Starting to recognize this place. I've been here before. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can find something here. Yeah, there it is. Helgevold, I think. Looks a little bit ugly in comparison to real life, though. Here's where I usually take the buses, I think. Behind here, somewhere. Yeah, except everything looks like a mess here now. Post-apocalyptic, I think. Used to be a computer store down here somewhere. I don't know if it's there anymore. I also have a really weird feeling I'm close to somewhere I used to be. Yeah, I feel that way. Maybe I can change the weather a little bit. I used to be able to do that. Can't I do that anymore? Oh yeah, right. Looks cooler that way. Airy and spooky. H.C. Anderson's old town. He used to live here back in those days before I was born and before most of you guys were born. Before all of you guys were born. 1800th century, if I'm not entirely mistaken. Man, this looked different at night. So spooky and airy. Is that the hospital? Yeah, I think that's the hospital. Kind of reminds me of it. Yeah, Odense Universitetshospital, as they say it in Danish. I remember something Danish still, I think. Yeah. It's quite neat. It's too bad I can't show you this in full screen, and you have to see the 3D goggle view, sort of. That's kind of sad, because you should have seen this. It looks amazing. It really does. Okay, let's get off. Yep, let's exit this and find something else instead. Should have a library of some sort. I have this old arcade game that's kind of funny to play. I kind of like playing this in the lab. It's kind of the first game I actually played on virtual reality. That's my play area. I'm sitting behind my play area now because I'm sitting here with the desktop. They shouldn't even be able to track this far, but HTC VR is amazing. It's amazing that it can even do this, track this far. I'm not supposed to track this far behind. This is the play area I have in front of me, where I usually am, where you can't see. Yeah, I have to physically go over there in my play area, otherwise I don't think I can zoom over there in any way or shape. Nope, I cannot. Maybe I can shortcut to one of the games. I can, in fact. Yeah. Instead of just going physically into the game, I can actually use a shortcut. That's pretty neat. Oh no, I'm outside the game. Crap. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna go around and play it. I'm gonna go all the way around and play it. All the way around. So, might as well do this now. Just wear the headset if I can. Alright. Right. I'm inside my play area again. I better be careful with the camera. Yeah, better. This is kind of a hefty game. I like this. Ah, crap. Alright, that was that game. Might as well take another one. Different game this time. Yeah. Maybe I should, since I'm standing up, maybe I should show you how this really works. I like, there's one thing I really like to play, and that is Tilt Brush. Oh, it's updating. Interesting. Wonder what they've added. An update. Interesting. Oh yeah, let's switch these. Actually paint it up. Alright. Let's do a little bit of painting. Let's trash the... Alright. Select the background too, I suppose. That's more like it. Oh, the moon. walk away from it. So I have the moon in the way all the time. There you go. Maybe I can use the moon as a light source. That's a good idea. That's it. Should be a little bit smaller than that. It's big. Yeah, I don't say much when I draw. There isn't really much to say. It's kind of fun, you know? Draw this way. It's very artsy fartsy. Yeah, something like that. This is the chaperone I was talking about. It's possible to, so I don't walk into the camera, walk into the walls, because I can't really see anything like that right now. It's just much smarter to do that. I can also zoom up and zoom down and move around by just clicking on both. So that's technically what I'm doing right now. I am clicking on both in order to zoom stuff up and down and just rotate the entire universe if I want to. So that's basically Google Tilt Brush. I like to spend some time. It's very relaxing to spend some time on this. Okay, let's get out. There you go. See if I can find something else. This one's actually really funny, but you can find videos on this on the net itself. It's really hilarious. Raw data you already know. It's about shooting robotics and stuff like that. I don't think I have that much new other than Anyland that I play quite often. Emergence is kind of funny, but it's like a fractal universe or anything like that in a way. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're gonna turn this one off for now. Yep, basically it. Oops. Oopsie daisy. There you go. Back to normal, almost. Whew, messes up my hair doing this. Yep. Alrighty. Should fix that. Yoinks. Put too close in here. One day I'm gonna motorize that system so it becomes easier to control with the help of a motor and remote control instead. That'd be much better, I think. And welcome to Jonathan as well. You're back from work, I guess. Ooh, yep. I'm getting a little bit tired. It was almost 12 o'clock and I think I started experimenting with streaming around 6 o'clock. But I had a 2.5 hour gap when I was trying to find this new software that makes transitions easy, that makes possible to make this logo live here, etc. And also makes it possible to to wipe between the different software and the different cameras and the different special effects, etc., etc. It is pretty effective and pretty fun to do as well. So I think I'm gonna take an eating break right now. So I'll see you guys later because yeah, I need to stop this at some point anyway. So instead of you guys just staring into an empty screen, I gotta stop the recording. And thanks for watching. And I think this system is pretty much ready for live streaming now. So I'm gonna announce this later. You will be welcome, of course, to spread the link to get to other people as well. And then I'm gonna take suggestions on what you want to see when it comes to electronics. Do you want something to be constructed? Do you want me to take apart something? I'm gonna start with anything random I would do anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody, and see you later. I'm gonna take a food break.